All right, what is up, YouTube? We are here with
Wesley, Loveland.
All right, sir. What did you play this weekend?
I played Orcust at the PPG. It's the first. They decided to use the new list, so
Absolutely brilliant decision.
I stuck with Orcust, and
Let's give your shout outs first.
shout outs. The Blessed. If you want to lean in here, help me out with or straighten up my list before we started out. All the guys that came with me, Jackson, Madden, Anthony, and Victor Peterson for being the GOAT, and Team Prestige.
All right, let's dig on into this.
Alright. So, start off with, I have starters. Still 3 scrap recycler. You want to see your Orcust cards as much as possible. They're 1-card starters. So, opening with one of these is ideal, just because you're more reliant on getting your Orcust to the grave now. So, that's all for the starters.
The good cards.
I have a couple like the spells that'll be starters. The Orcust engine, it's still pretty standard.
So where's your level 1?
I thought about playing it, but I couldn't find one, and then I'm like, I'm gonna go with this. I wasn't comfortable with playing it. I still haven't played it much, so I don't know all the interactions with it too well.
So I've seen some raw theory about trying 3 of this.
3 of this with the
More
return.
discard outlet.
Yeah, the return and stuff. I thought about that too, but I only had 1 return, and I didn't want to clog my hand with this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have too many discard outlets. I do run like the Danger Engine and stuff still, but at the same time, I didn't see myself needing another one, and I saw it like a perfect amount throughout the day.
Okay.
There was one time during the day where I couldn't see an Orcust card, and that just happened to be my top 4 match. But other than that, I had no problem with the ratios. Gizmek's a must.
Hey, congrats, man.
Yeah, thank you. I still run the Danger Engine. Just these 6, pretty standard. It's discard outlets. It helps you get going. You can go into your nightmares, or if they hit your Orcust out of hand. But that's all for that stuff. Now, hand traps. I just played a heavy count of hand traps.
How you liking the rock?
The rock actually did a lot of work today. The problem one was Phantasme. A lot of people went to back row decks and stuff that didn't really link summon. So a lot of the time when I found this in my hand, they just didn't link summon at all. So I sided out a lot, but it still performed when it was live in my hand. And then the rest of these just did great. I didn't have it conflict at all. I had Evenlies in the main deck before, but I felt like that would conflict too much with 6 cards that would conflict with Phantasme, so I ended up just cutting that out, and it worked out fine. I threw it in the side deck. You'll see that in a bit.
Okay.
But the ratio, maybe moving forward, I might cut these down and play like Veilers or DD Crows, depending on how the meta shapes up, since we're kind of going into this blind.
Imperm's been really good.
Yeah, it has been, and it's a safe card, seeing as we don't know what the meta is right now. So we're just kind of, this is the most generic, and this is really generic too.
Well, I mean, blinking and Inspector Borders.
Yeah.
Like against True Draco and things like that right now. Draco's got that wild card effect.
Yeah, they do. But I didn't have any problems with this today. Like, I had a few matchups that they're dead against. They just side them out and win games 2 and 3. That's all for monsters. Spells. I still play 2 Cyclone because I still expected to see Orcust. Like, even myself, when I saw this, I'm like, Orcust isn't dead.
I mean, like True Draco though, like you doubled down so hard.
Yeah, True Draco. I actually drew double against my True Draco in the top 8, and it hit. It was like there could only be one, and I think one other card that just stopped him from even interrupting on my turn, and I just OTK'd from there. So it does a lot. Like, it plays around a lot of cards still right now. And then the matchups that it doesn't work for, I decided out, and I have a different back row removal. You'll see that in a bit. But I don't have a problem with these. I think I'm gonna keep it at 2 as well.
Yeah.
Your Galatea spell targets.
Did you ever want more than 1 return?
Return? Yeah, I wanted to play 2, but like I said, I could only find where I only had the 1, and they're a little pricey, and I couldn't get a hold of 1. But I probably would have played 2. It came up a couple times where I was able to, spare the resources to draw 2 and still have, a stable board. But it worked out just fine. Foolish, one of your starters, a must now, because just this and any normal summon or any danger is full combo.
Yep.
Best extender. we're always playing it. Instant Fusion, kind of self-explanatory. And then the one Crescendo.
Now, I heard people talking about wanting to play two Instant Fusion in this format.
Two Instant Fusion.
Seems kind of bad.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Yeah.
And then it's easy discard target, like I can keep it in my hand for dangers, but I want to see it because it helps break boards, and if I win die roll, I opt to go first, giving me more of a chance to open my window lock. Whether it be good or not, it's still a safe play to do. But I think it's staying at 3.
Okay.
And that's all for the main deck. The main deck's 40. We'll go on to the extra deck. Extra deck looks pretty standard. You got your 2 Instant Fusion targets, 2 Dingirsu, 3 Galatea. Since you don't have the Mermaid, you end up grinding a lot more now. It's more of a control, so you can out-resource Hoop. So you see the 3rd Galatea a lot.
Do you think Orcust is going to be harder to play now?
As long as you know what you're doing, and you have to be more conservative with what you're doing. Like, you can't just...
I definitely noticed when we were playing that you were more conservative.
You can't just shotgun the effects. Like, say you shotgun the effects, you don't kill them, you're just left with nothing.
Yeah.
And then you have no grind. Like, a lot of the time, I wouldn't even go Dingirsu. I just go Galatea, banish the Harp, and then use the Harp to set the Crescendo.
Yeah.
I had to sit on that. I had to have a Galatea with that, and then some, like, maybe a Cosmic Cyclone or something. And none of the decks are really too explosive, and then I have my hand traps to slow them down.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to out-resource and grind. I went into time quite a bit, like, right at the line there. And I feel like it could be played a little more. Like, I need to be able to push a little more, but saving your resources is definitely the way to go.
Yeah.
The Nightmare package, I threw our Unicorn in. It came up a couple times. The extra deck is not as tight anymore.
You get free spaces.
Free spaces. Like, you don't have to run the Mermaid, and then I feel like the going second build is just not too great right now. So I took out the Yazi, I took out the Link Rebo, and I just left with the spaces, and this came up multiple times.
How does Cerberus do?
Cerberus, I used it once to get rid of my rock token.
Wow, alright.
That's about it. But I didn't play too many decks where it was really relevant. I played a lot of back row decks or Infernoid where...
Well, the fact of bringing that up to possibly out the rock, though, in other situations seems really good.
Yeah, it's still a good out. Or you can use it against... I used it once against the Orcust just to bait out the Dingirsu to get the material off him so I can Twin Twister the back row. And it has its uses. It comes up here and there. 1 Langirsu. Trisbana, probably my favorite extra deck card.
That card was insane.
Yeah, it blew you out too.
Yup. I also saw it do work against True Draco over there.
Yeah, it worked against True Draco. Burned for 25 for game, and he just shook my hand.
Wow.
Well, it was going to burn for 25. He was like, yep, you got it. Then I think it was, you summoned Fossil Dine. I didn't think I could summon under it. You didn't think I could summon under it. I had the impermanence and hit all 3 strikes out the back row. Yeah. It was pretty good. Probably my favorite extra deck card. Borreload, another one. I didn't know what to fill. I had 14 in my extra deck, and DeBlessin told me just throw in a Borreload or something. It can come up here and there, like against Thunder and stuff. It didn't come up once, but it's still a decent option. Sword, MVP. This steals all the games. This plus Dingirsu usually is game. And then Bomber against combo decks. If you're going second, you can set up first, set up Bomber, and then if they don't have the out to it, it's really hard to play around. I played against a Pendulum deck, and he couldn't. I 2-0'd him pretty quick. He just couldn't get rid of the Topologic, or get around it. And that's all for the extra deck.
All right, side deck.
The side is a mess. I expected to see a lot of back row decks, so it's a lot of back row hate. There's the third Cyclone. Mind Control is really good in the mirror match, which I still expected to see. And on top of that, like, it's good against Salad to bait out the Rages, Roars, taking the Wolf. And overall, it's a good card to out something your opponent has. It outs the Window Lock, it outs Border, all that stuff. As long as you have a normal summon to follow it up with.
Yeah.
More back row hate, Twin Twister, evenly matched, Red Reboot. I have a terrible record of losing to True Draco.
Jeez, man.
And this is probably why you didn't do too well against me either.
I know, multi-purposing cards are the best, right?
Yep. But like I said, I came into this expecting, like, Normally when a format changes, people turn to True Draco because it's always a safe bet. And I have a very bad track record against True Draco.
Any final comments for the new format?
It's going to be an interesting one. Once the new set drops, everything can change. We got Marine Cess. We got, I think, Unchained's coming against too.
Yes.
I think that's decent, along with the True Draco engine. We got new extra deck monsters that are going to make the current decks a lot more flexible. And
Unicorn on your opponent's turn?
yep, we got a lot of stuff to look forward to. So right now, I feel like
The icing on the cake.
yeah, it's pretty healthy right now. Like starting up, like we had top 8 almost, like all different decks. Top 4 was all different as well, but.
All right, sir. Thank you very much.
Yep, thank you.
The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a truffle shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out VanCole40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.